Lunchly, ladies and gentlemen. Me, MrBeast, and Logan Paul have launched Lunchly.
But why? Why would you do that?
A wonderful place where just one post, one beautifully simple, savage post, can send entire empires tumbling down like they've been built out of cardboard. Welcome to the strange saga of how DanTDM, the king of Minecraft and childhoods everywhere, casually destroyed the credibility of 3 of the biggest names on YouTube, MrBeast, KSI, and Logan Paul, and did it without even breaking a sweat. But don't worry, they definitely broke a sweat trying to recover from it. And let me tell you, it was as cringy as it sounds. Today we're diving headfirst into how these 3 influencers decided to pitch a new healthy food product, got slammed by DanTDM, and then proceeded to trip over themselves like they were racing to see who could ruin their reputation fastest. Spoiler alert, there are no winners here, except DanTDM, and maybe us, because this drama is absolutely hilarious. So what exactly is Lunchly, you ask? Well, let's paint you a picture. Imagine if Lunchables, the iconic school snack that's been the salvation of kids who don't want a boring sandwich, had a distant cousin, but not the cool cousin. No, the weird cousin that shows up unannounced, smells a little funky, and tries to convince everyone that he's better than Lunchables. That's Lunchly, created by KSI, Logan Paul, and, believe it or not, MrBeast. Yes, the MrBeast who is famous for being YouTube's philanthropist. Lunchly was pitched as a healthier alternative to Lunchables. Now let's pause right there, because healthier might be the most loosely used word since someone called Capri Sun a health drink. Lunchly consists of 3 major components. A drink that could potentially glow in the dark, not confirmed, but there's lead in it, so who knows. A chocolate bar knockoff labeled as healthy because it's got only 5 ingredients, because the fewer the ingredients, the better it is for you, right? I guess no one told them that cyanide is also just 1 ingredient. And then there's the sandwich, which looks like it spent too much time on a school cafeteria tray and not enough time on, being edible. It's like someone took all the worst parts of childhood snack foods, cranked the price way up, and slapped a label on it saying, "We care about your kids' health." Now, as if launching a questionable product wasn't bad enough, they somehow thought they'd get away with this by hiding behind their influencer power. We're famous, they thought. No one will notice that we're selling overpriced junk food disguised as health food. Oh, sweet summer children, have you met the internet? Enter DanTDM, the YouTube Minecraft legend, who is basically the godfather of online childhoods. Being the wise and incredibly understated man he is, didn't write an essay to dismantle Lunchly. He didn't film a ranty video where he throws their product in a blender and then yeets it into a trash can, although that would have been epic. No, he wrote one simple tweet.
Game over.
It's like he walked into a room full of chaos, whispered one line, and then casually walked out while the whole thing erupted into flames behind him. The internet immediately caught fire. KSI, Logan Paul, and MrBeast were left scrambling to pick up the pieces while the rest of us grabbed popcorn and watched the show. And let's be real, Dan didn't need to elaborate. His one post said it all. It was the most polite British, "You done messed up lads" anyone's ever seen, and the internet loved it. And oh boy, did the fans react. The comment sections under KSI and Logan's response videos are brutal, in the best way possible. People were absolutely tearing into KSI and Logan Paul, and honestly, they deserved every bit of it. It's one thing to launch a questionable product, it's another thing to act like you're untouchable because of your fame. They thought they could sell rebranded junk food and get away with it. Spoiler, they didn't. And of course, fans wasted no time pointing out the obvious. DanTDM has spent years building trust and respect with his fans. He's known for being wholesome, for being real. Meanwhile, KSI and Logan Paul have been on the controversy merry-go-round for years now, and it's not even a fun ride. It's the kind where you feel nauseous the whole time and wonder when it's going to stop. So how do you think KSI handled being called out by DanTDM?
DanTDM replied. This is what he had to say.
What happened to YouTubers, man? I can't not say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fun? Selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them.
Did he apologize? Did he rethink his choices and maybe try to save face? Absolutely not. He did what any egotistical YouTuber with an inflated sense of importance would do. He doubled down. KSI's response was honestly one for the books. It was like watching someone self-destruct in real time. His main argument? Well, Dan promoted toys once, so there. That's like saying, yeah, I might have poisoned the punch, but remember when DanTDM sold action figures? Let's break this down. DanTDM promoted toys. Wholesome, harmless toys. KSI is out here pushing a drink that allegedly contains *lead**. I don't know about you, but I think I'd rather my kid have a plastic dinosaur than whatever questionable concoction KSI's marketing team cooked up. If you're going to defend yourself, at least make a good argument. KSI's was like trying to justify breaking a vase by saying, well, the cat knocked over a cup once, so it's fine. And then there's Logan Paul, who's no stranger to controversy. Remember when he totally wasn't a part of that whole NFT scam? Yeah, the internet remembers. Now he's out here trying to convince us that Lunch Lee is the next big thing in health food while he's still shaking off the bad press from Prime Hydration. Speaking of Prime Hydration, remember when that got flagged for lead contamination too? Lead seems to be the running theme here, doesn't it? It's almost like these guys are competing to see who can market the most toxic product. You've got to admire the audacity here. Imagine being Logan Paul, a guy who's still trying to shake off the stink from multiple controversies, thinking, you know what the world needs? Another healthy snack that's about as healthy as a Hot Pocket dipped in Chernobyl water. Now, MrBeast, the golden boy of YouTube, the man who gave away millions, cleaned the ocean, planted trees. How did you end up in this mess? Feels like watching a superhero join the villains halfway through the movie. Dude, you're supposed to be the good guy, but here he is, standing side by side with KSI and Logan Paul, trying to convince us that this rebranded garbage is somehow better than Lunchables. I think what makes it worse is that MrBeast has spent years building this image of generosity and transparency. And yet, here he is, pushing a product that's not only unhealthy, but also comes with some seriously questionable marketing. It's like watching Captain America suddenly decide to team up with Hydra. It just feels wrong. In the end, this entire saga boils down to one thing: trust. DanTDM has it. KSI, Logan Paul, and MrBeast? Not so much anymore. The real takeaway here is that you can't just throw your name on any old product and expect people to blindly follow. The internet is way too savvy for that, and when you try to pull something as shady as rebranding junk food as healthy, you'd better be prepared for someone like DanTDM to call you out, and for your empire to crumble in real time. So hats off to you, DanTDM. You didn't just win this fight, you obliterated them, and all it took was one post. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Remember, next time you see a questionable product being peddled by your favorite influencer, think twice. Or better yet, wait for DanTDM to post about it. He's got us covered.